Hate is only overcome by love. A few years ago, a series of events took place here in Ottawa, Canada, that the conventional media portrayed as a tragedy and attack on our nation. I am speaking of the seemingly random, senseless, and innocent shooting of a Canadian soldier at the National War Memorial. The soldier died later in the day from his wounds. The man who shot the soldier then proceeded to Parliament Hill, where he walked into the Parliament buildings and opened fire on more innocent bystanders. The gunman was shot and killed by security guards. Immediately following the events I just described, the downtown core of Ottawa, where I live, was cast into lockdown. Residents were asked to stay indoors and not to venture outside. The city fell into a dark chasm of fear that permeated the air like a heavy and dark cloud. As soon as I became aware of the events that had unfolded and were unfolding, I fell into meditative prayer. My first thoughts were with the family and loved ones of the soldier who was killed. Next, my thoughts moved to the gunman, who I also prayed for his healing. Perhaps not surprisingly, the media rallied in their characteristic posture. They recounted again and again the events that had transpired, and as they seemed so willing to do in their naivety and ignorance, exacerbated the fear that was already running rampant in the city. The media coverage rose to a crescendo and culminated in our Prime Minister giving a public address to the nation in the evening. The message was rather characteristic of a perception that the nation had been attacked and we would stand together, fight together, and not allow ourselves to be intimidated. All characteristic of an ego that was afraid and angry at the events that had transpired. The Prime Minister's address reminded me of what the Buddha says about holding on to anger. Quote, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone. You are the one who gets burned." End quote. May our nation's leader awaken to a new reality and awareness that, in the words of Buddha, quote, "Hate is not overcome by hate. By love alone is hate appeased."